Happy Wednesday afternoon, folks. Brad here from Elsi-con. Today, I'm going to do a recap video for our 2025 Elsi-con event, part 2, because I did one earlier, but missed a bunch of stuff or kind of messed up a few things, and so I want to set the record straight for a few of these. The first one is that I kind of got the history of Elsi-con wrong as to how it all transpired. I had said that it was the late, great Claudette Bradshaw had invited Susan Levi Peters to East Coast Comic Expo 7 years ago. That was not the case. What was the case is that Susan's daughter, Ren, who had just kind of started getting into art at that time, and said, "Mom, you got to come with me to this cool thing called East Coast Comic Expo." Susan had no idea what it was, and because she wanted to support her daughter and saw that she was into something that she was passionate about, she was like, "Yeah, let's go check it out." And so her and Ren went to the East Coast Comic Expo, and the first person that Susan sees when she gets there is Claudette Bradshaw, who at this point is kind of a political opposition to Susan. They're both with different political parties and both pretty high up in those different political parties. So Claudette sees Susan, big hug. So right off the bat, Susan's kind of, okay, this is pretty cool. Like it's a place of acceptance, and that's what we are. And so Claudette was like, "Hey, let me introduce your daughter Ren to my son Nick Bradshaw, who is basically, our top guy and our rock star of this industry." So she met Nick and was all sorts of impressed and inspired, and so that turned into Ren starting to draw more. And now she has her own brand, Batuzzi, that she basically has all sorts of great animation art on her Instagram page. So if you check out her Instagram page, Batuzzi, you can see all the work Ren's been doing over the years since she started coming to East Coast Comic Expo a few years ago. And then so then the rest is pretty accurate. Like Susan started coming every year, and then this year she talked to Mike Deatter, and Deatter said, "Hey, do it." And then she talked to Tingley, and then Tingley's like, "We'll help you out." And then 9 weeks later, we've got our first Elsi-con. So Elsi-con 2025 is in the books, and it was pretty successful, and it was really good because of the team we had together. The team was amazing. I get to highlight a bunch of them before. I want to talk about one person that didn't get a whole lot of kudos in the last video, and that's Cindy. Cindy Plord came in and helped us, picked up the ball with our volunteer coordinator position and ran with that for this year and hopefully for next year. The floor ran very good. The volunteers did an amazing job. She basically came in, contacted them all, got them all in the right position, got them their shirts, all that jazz, and really kind of took that position and made it her own and knocked it out of the park, to be honest with you. It was awesome. And the whole point with, not the whole point, but how Cindy came about is Cindy's husband, Devin Taylor, is one of our mainstay guests with East Coast Comic Expo. We brought him up for our first Elsi-con. And then Cindy had messaged me and said, "Hey, do you need any other help with it?" And as luck would have it, we kind of needed a volunteer position for Elsi-con, but also for East Coast Comic Expo. The gentleman who's doing it now, Craig's been doing it forever, and he wants to kind of take a step back from that role. So then when I asked Cindy to do it for Elsi-con, hopefully we can maybe, if she was interested in it, we can roll her into ECCE position. But if not, I know she's with Elsi-con forever, so that's awesome. Another one that was really, really pivotal is Kylie. Kylie was really good during the whole event leading up to it. She got dropped into a position. She had no idea what it was. She had never even heard of a comic book expo type of idea. So she was kind of, so what do I do? And I put her in contact with Kevy, who's our volunteer coordinator for East Coast Comic Expo. He gave her a good tutorial on the whole thing, gave her the emails that we used. So then when vendors started flowing in, she reached out and sent the acceptance letters and all that, and got it kind of to that part. And then she got hit with a ton of work because she's pretty pivotal to Elsie. I think she's kind of important to the whole little community. So she kind of had to take a step back, and I was at the point in my progress with this that I could kind of hop in and finish that part off. But we're making some changes a little bit because Kylie shouldn't have been in that position anyway. It's not really part of what her job should be in this role. She's a co-organizer. Myself, Susan, Fabian, Kylie are basically the 4 co-organizers of the event. So she kind of wears a lot of hats. It's not just volunteer or vendor relations. She wears a ton of different hats. She communicates with the band on our behalf and all that stuff. There's a lot of back and forth, and Kylie's kind of in the middle of it. So she was so important to the day. And yeah, thank you very much, Kylie, for all you did for us as far as that goes. What else? We had some really good times with the celebrities that were there, like Glenn Gould, and Adam was awesome. Adam Beach, John Ambrose was fun. He's one of my best buddies now. We had a good time while we spent together. But one of the coolest things that I got to experience was me and Amanda were with Glenn and Susan after the show. We were having some drinks, and we got to sit there and listen to Susan and Glenn. Kind of, it was a real neat Indigenous history lesson, I guess, listening to those two tell stories. They're both brilliant storytellers and really smart historians. They knew a lot about this stuff. Susan blew my mind with everything that she knew. She knows kind of everything, I think. So I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, I wish other people could experience this. So then I got the idea, hey, you guys want to do a podcast? We could hook that up and maybe see if that's something you guys want to do. Susan's all for it, and Dave can help make it happen on our end. So John, we're just waiting for Glenn to get back to us on that. But I know that they're really in sync, those two. So it's one of those things. What else? Oh, so there might be a movie coming out of it. Jason Lawson, one of our first guests, he was has a book out. He wrote a book, and Adam Beach loves it, I think, and Glenn is involved as well, and John may be involved as well. So everybody that was at the Comic-Con, all the actors, I think, are going to take place and help make this movie happen with Jason, which would be amazing. Imagine if that came about. Susan said something really quick, really quite profound. She's like, it's amazing what you can do when you get a bunch of the right people in the same room. And I thought that was pretty cool because a lot of stuff happened based off of our little con that we can kind of, put people in a room and they're able to communicate with each other and come up with some good ideas and tell stories. And it was really cool experience. So our next steps are we're going to get incorporated as a nonprofit. I'm not probably going to be a whole lot involved in that side of it. I did hook up Susan with my buddy Alan, who does do that stuff for a living. So Saturday or Friday, I think they're going to get together and start the process of that, and then we can start going after grants. We did okay on this one. Like, we basically came out, maybe a little bit in the hole. Fabian basically absorbed a lot of that cost, which is something that hopefully we won't have to do next year moving forward. The band was very gracious to let us have the event center. Kylie kind of, is part of the band, so she, letting us have her was amazing. I believe they helped us with Glenn and Adam as well. So, it probably wouldn't have happened without the band. Probably wouldn't have happened without our great sponsors as well. So what else do we have? It was really good. Like, there's a few things that were kind of the highlights. Like, the Chief had done an honorary song, which is something that you don't get to see very often. Honorary songs happen, but not with the Chief performing it. And at that time, we got Kylie to be like the MC for that event. You could tell she was like, really? And then she did a great job. And you could tell it was a bit of it kind of seemed like it was an emotional thing for everybody. And you looked around the room, it was pretty cool. It was pretty heavy. Everybody was getting into it. And so I thought that was pretty phenomenal and something that I don't think a whole lot of people get to witness. And fortunate enough that we were able to do that. So what's the next course for us? Oh yeah, Elsi-con 2026 happening August 8th at the Chief Young Young Eagle Center in Elsi-con. The venue's booked. Bob Lee is booked. IHW Wrestling is booked. They're coming back. We have guests already booked. Nick Bradshaw's coming. Danica Bryan's coming. Sadie Carruthers is coming. Jason Lawson is coming back. Who might be the only guest that we bring back because he's part of their community. And Brendan Mitchell and Tara Audibert. So far we've got 6 guests already booked and ready to go. And that is for August 8th, 2026. It's going to happen again. And yeah, we're going to have probably 12 guests in total, and half of them are already confirmed and coming. So the next step is going to be to reach out to vendors and see who wants to come back. They'll get probably first crack. And then there's a few that didn't get to come last year that I kind of wanted to have because they're big vendors in the community, and it would have been cool for them to be there. So I may give them a second chance, but I don't know yet. It might just be everybody who took a chance on us. There's a lot of people that took a chance. It paid off, and a lot of people that kind of hummed and hawed, and unfortunately, this is what we got. All right, well, that is it for me for today. I think that we are doing a pretty decent job with Elsi-con, and, well, too many more years of it. Have yourself a great day.